Today, man, we're back with brand new WWE action figure news. We finally get some brand new action figure images of the upcoming WWE Ultimate Edition Series 31. Now, if you pre-ordered these figures, they're already shipping out, but we got to get in here and talk about these. We already talked about the Chelsea Green, so I'm not going to really talk about that figure too much. I might pop up some images, but today we're discussing the John Cena Ultimate Edition and the Randy Orton that we finally have images of, and I think later on today, we're also going to get more images of brand new figures as well, but right now we're going to cover the images that were posted yesterday, and I've been sitting on this. I made some shorts about it, but now we're officially going to get into the figure that I had ranked number one of my most anticipated figure this year with the Ultimate Edition Series 31 John Cena. This is the heel turn John Cena. This is the figure I've been waiting on, man. I think the gear's sweet. I think that some of the head sculpts here look pretty good. There's some good things about it, at least coming in, man. If you look at the render image specifically, which we're going to get into, but let's just unpack this thing. I'm going to put it through the images so you guys can see exactly what we're getting here with this. But man, when they showed this off, when I finally got to see images of this figure, man, I was so deflated. I was so deflated and disappointed in what we got here because, you know, on paper, if you look at the render, or when we saw the render, it had so much promise. It really looked good, man. We have this signature John Cena torso, and it really made me excited for future releases of John Cena because this torso looked so good, and we could look at it and say, damn, that can kind of fit every era, really. It's a little bit more of a realistic take. It's not the big, bulky, unaesthetic Ultimate Warrior Batista gigantic ass torso, right? So we were looking pretty good, and now we have the final product images here, and it just doesn't hit, man. It just doesn't hit, and it might take 30 minutes to unpack this figure here, but let's just get into it, man. Going through these images here, I mean, let's start with the head sculpts. The one that we got on the Glasgow John Cena, I like that head sculpt a lot. The kind of neutral face where he hugs Cody Rhodes, I like that one. I think that works. I don't think that looks bad whatsoever. That one is really, really good. We've kind of already known about that one. I think that one is really good. I'm excited for that one. Now, we've already seen it and got it in hand. The next one is the smiling one, which you can see in different images here. Now, I know people are going to talk about the hat and how it doesn't fit, and if you go back to our Toy Fair coverage, we literally discussed this. They did not have him wearing the hat on display. We knew for a fact that was because the hat did not fit. They knew that people were going to crap on the hat, and it makes sense. Like, I get it, whatever, you make a business decision there, but in the modern day, with the new modern haircut, whatever, the hat is just not going to fit correctly, and it's just unfortunate, and that bothers me, but it doesn't bother me as much because I kind of expected it, if that makes sense, but I like the colors of the hat. I just wish that it looked better on the figure itself, but I guess your only argument could be you could put a smiley face head sculpt on there because I guess technically he was babyface before the matchup, so you could put it on a different head, and then, you know, he doesn't really wear this hat after the fact, so maybe that works for you. I don't know. But as far, you know, he wasn't wearing the hat when he turned heel is what I'm saying. But as far as fitting any other, you know, heel attires, it's probably not going to work for you. But there is the other head sculpt, the smiley, goofy one. I don't know, man. I think the mouth looks a little big. The eyes are kind of weirdly shaped. I don't know. This just doesn't... it looks like John Cena, but it just looks so goofy to me. I don't know if it's the size of the eyes or what, but it kind of loses me. It almost looks like somebody memed the head sculpt or something. I can't really describe it, how I'm thinking about it. I don't know. It's hard to describe, but it just looks weird to me. It's not the worst I've ever seen, but it's certainly not one of my favorites. But then you have the head sculpt where he's putting the foot on the throat of Cody Rhodes after the fact. And this head sculpt I do like. I think that it looks really, really small on this torso. I don't know what is going on there, but, you know, sometimes when you see these figures with the white background, it does look weird. That's just how it is. You know, we've seen this with many figures over the years, but usually when a figure looks really, really bad with this white background, that's just how it is when you get it in hand, but not all the time. It's just kind of one of those things. But this torso does not look how the render looked. It does not look how the render looked. The render made it look really nice and slender, and it looked like it was going to be real uniform, but now seeing it, man, it just looks so big up top, man. Reminds me of Fan Takeover Ultimate Jeff Hardy. Reminds me of, you know, some other Ultimate Edition torsos that are just too broad up top, and it throws the whole thing off. It makes his shoulders stick out, and I will say, the men on card image, if you look at the men on card image, it does look much better, but it could just be because he's contained in that shell that it makes it look a little better. But the torso just doesn't look right, man. It does not look right, and I don't know. It just looks so weird, especially with the head sculpt on there. The head sculpt looks tiny on this his torso, and I don't know how I feel about it. I don't think you can really make any final judgments until we get it in hand, because there is, I mean, the one image where he's to the side, it does look a little better, I'll say. I don't really know what image it is. It's where I don't know what even pose this is. He's got like his hands up. I don't know what the hell. It's like he's saying goodbye or something. I don't know what's going on here. But it does look better in that image. I just don't know what to think there. But then we have a mystery here, because if you look at the watch hand, okay, look at the watch hand. It's unpainted. Now, could this be a result of just them not having a final painted watch hand when the figure got taken? They send this figure to have the images made. What if this was just a prototype and they didn't get the watch painted? But if you flip the packaging around, the watch it doesn't look like it's really painted. At least the face of the watch isn't painted. It may have a gold tint to it on the back of the packaging, but if you'll notice, it is completely unpainted in the one image. So maybe they'll give it to us. I'm not entirely sure, but then even the plot thickens a little more, because if you look at the mint on card image, he doesn't even have it, or I don't even see it in the packaging, and I don't know what to think of that. There's no watch hand in the packaging, or at least I couldn't find it. If you see it, please comment it down below, but he comes with a pair of fists, a pair of handshaking hands, you got the mic holding hands, and then I don't even think they did a photo shoot with it, right? None of the images have him with the watch holding hand, and maybe that was by design because it was unpainted. Maybe that's why they did that. I don't know, man. But I don't know. Heavily disappointed in this. I was not feeling it, at least yesterday. Again, hopefully this arrives very soon so we can get it out. And not to mention the towel's not accurate. They put the door logo on there. It's supposed to be the Canadian flag with the last time is now on there, so that's a mistake with this figure. It just seems like, I mean, you go from the heel turn moment was sick as hell and viral and awesome, but then you got the whole booking of the heel run, the retirement of John Cena, and then you get his figures. I don't know what the hell's going on, man. And also, the socks don't even look white. They look light blue, so that's like a whole nother issue. Pretty sure he had white socks, so I don't freaking know, man. And then, the plugged-in towel in the back, of course, it's going to be wrong because the other towel's wrong, so they both have the wrong graphic. I don't know, man. Devastated. My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined. No, but in all honesty, until I get this figure in hand, I don't think I can make a final say, but damn, I'm definitely not as excited as I was, you know what I mean? So the render had me feeling some type of way. The Toy Fair, I remember still being pretty excited. I remember thinking the head sculpts look good and stuff, but remember he had the shirt on. And we were like, damn, can't see that torso. Maybe this is why. He had the damn shirt on at Toy Fair. I don't know, but let's move on to this Randy Orton figure, man. We got this Randy Orton, and the Randy Orton, man, what the hell is going on with this Randy Orton? And again, I think there's some good elements to the Randy Orton, but there are also some elements that I'm just questioning everything, man. Let's get into it. Let's start off with the top of the head sculpts. These head sculpts are all repeats, okay? You got the kind of standard pissed off one. They made his hair is like jet black for some reason. I don't know why it's so dark. It doesn't bother me that much because we've gotten these head sculpts so much, but the head sculpts are kind of weird. I don't like the mouth open head sculpt and the smiling head sculpt. That smiling head sculpt may actually be brand new, but I don't really care for these head sculpts all that much. Not the biggest deal there. I think the rest of it is where we got to get into it. Okay, let's get the pros out of the way. I do know the figure will be very posable. Randy Orton's Ultimate Editions are very posable. They feel good in the hand, things like that. You can always kick the legs well and, do all those different things. So I think the posability will be fine. It'll feel good in hand. And the gear is sweet. I think the gear's sweet. I really dig these street clothes, this hoodie. Now, I know that I think when he wore this hoodie, isn't this when he took out John Cena before Backlash, if I'm not mistaken? It's when he crawled up under the ring and then he did a couple promos in this gear. I like this gear. I like the hoodie, the short sleeve. He didn't wear it as a short sleeve. Pretty sure it was just the sleeves rolled up. I don't mind that they designed it that way because that kind of makes it where you can make this same hoodie in the future, and it would have been really weird if he had a long sleeve hoodie and then you had to roll the sleeves up. I don't know how well that would have been executed. So I don't mind them giving him a short sleeve hoodie. You could also maybe cut the sleeves off or do something else there. So that doesn't bother me that much. I do like this hoodie. I like the pants, things like that. So that is good. I think the rest of it is where we have some issues here with the, I also do like, I must add, that, he does have the bigger shoulders and arms, which is something we've asked for a while. So that is good. He has bigger shoulders and arms. However, they have switched his torso. Now, I don't hate this torso choice, But the torso that they did choose, I think this is brand new, actually. I looked at the Stone Cold torso, the Stone Cold Ultimate, and I thought that it was that one, but it's actually not that one. It's a little bit different here. And you kind of have created that same CM Punk, John Cena thing where the arms are sticking out too far, which I am glad he's jacked and he's got big shoulders and arms, but now they stick out too far and it just looks goofy. Now, when you put the hoodie on there, it does hide it. Similar to CM Punk, you put the entrance goods on there and it does hide it. It's just these little things that just make it so damn... Like, I'm glad he got a bigger torso. I'm glad he got bigger shoulders and arms, but if it's... I don't know. It's like, you know, what did it cost? It's like the Thanos meme. It's like, what did it cost? Everything. Because this figure, while good, also kind of bad at the same time. I don't know. And also, I don't think they upgraded his legs here. This seems to be the same legs that we've gotten on Randy Orton. Now, I have seen people take the Lex Luger Ultimate legs, and it makes it more proportionate, so that may be something we play with on surgery. Maybe we can upgrade his legs to give him that full, you know, gigantic leg, tree trunk Randy Orton look, but we'll see. I still like this figure. It'll still be pretty solid. We'll see what we can do with it. And I don't know. It's a toss-up to see which one's better. You know, Randy Orton and John Cena are my two, like, top favorites of all time, next to probably Stone Cold Steve Austin, you know. And so I think that getting the, like, two of my favorite wrestlers ever here, and the Ultimates just don't hit like I feel like they should. Now, again, similar to Cena, in the packaging, he does look a little bit better. The shoulders are a little bit closer, but I don't know. It's hard to say, man. They just don't go in, like, far enough, and it creates this weird effect. Not to mention, his rib tattoo is legitimately right next to his nipple. Where his nipple would be, it's on his pec. So that just looks odd to me. And I don't know how that happens. It was in the perfect location on his last Ultimate, I'm pretty sure. And it's been on there multiple times with his Elite, so I don't know why that's so high up. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just these crazy things that keep happening to these figures, and it seems like it's very bad in the Ultimate Edition line, where, you know, the shoulder sticking out is just such a weird thing. But I'm still excited for both in a way to actually find out what they're about, but I don't know. We'll see, man. We shall see. We'll get into it. We'll unpack it. But that was John Cena and Randy Orton. I also want to get into some other news here. These battle packs, man. I got to start off with this John Cena and Cody Rhodes battle pack because this is insanity. And I've kind of discussed this at length with the stage creator here because we have such... I don't even know. Let's just get into it, man. Let's look at this John Cena and Cody Rhodes basic. So we do know that this is a main event showdown pack or championship showdown pack. I don't even know what the hell they're calling them nowadays. But you have the Cody Rhodes that is from WrestleMania 41's main event for night number 2. And then we have John Cena. So we do know we got this attire for Cody Rhodes in Elite Series 125. Not that great. We know how the modern Cody Rhodes are, unfortunately. Very sad for the Cody crybabies, including myself. But this John Cena, we do know we're getting a separate basic from this, and there is a lot of wrongness with both, but today we're diving into this battle pack. I want to skip over Cody, really, because Cody is just a basic equivalent to the Elite. It's fair enough. I do like that we have the John Cena WWE Championship in this pack. I do wish it was more detailed. It's kind of that basic version, but you do get the side plates. I guess you probably could take these side plates, put them on a main WWE Championship, and possibly get away with it, I'm sure. But this basic John Cena, brother, oh my God. First of all, the hat is legitimately blank. They made a blank hat for this John Cena. That's absolutely crazy. I didn't even notice this. Now, say what you will about it being a basic, okay? I understand, okay? You can't put all the deco on there. I mean, okay, you got to make a sacrifice somewhere. It sucks that it's on the hat. For a few different reasons. I mean, if you gave him a blank shirt, that would also suck. And if you gave him blank bands, that would also suck. But damn, I don't really know how that works, right? I'm not in the budgeting department. I'm not a part of the design team. I can't say, you know, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure there are some things about this that I don't know that would change my mind, or they had to make some sort of decisions. I understand that. But it just sucks that this is the result of those things. And so I don't know if they could have pivoted to a shirtless John Cena or something else. But having a blank hat for a John Cena when it's legitimately this moment where he wins the 17th and, you know, it's just in a battle pack like this, it just is not a good look to me. I think that just having a blank hat is just insane, I guess, as a regular release. But the plot thickens because look at his right wristband. It says Rise Above Hate on there. Brother, that's not right at all. That's completely made up. That's not even, and maybe, I mean, this is just the image. These factories are crazy. Maybe it's going to come right. I wouldn't hold my breath on that, but it's completely possible. that this Rise Above Hate armband maybe is right when we get it in the hand, but it's supposed to be the You Can't See Me, right? He always wears You Can't See Me on his right wristband, and particularly at this event, it was light blue with like a white outline or something like that, and we are getting a basic of this later, and we saw this at Toy Fair, and it has, I don't know if the bands are necessarily accurate, but it does have the You Can't See Me on the right armband. So if you look at that there, that's interesting. But then you flip the shirt over. Flip the figure on the back, son. The shirt on this basic is upside down, or the graphic on the back. Now, this again, we've seen many things like this take place with the new factories. We know how crazy the factories are. I hope to God, again, that this shirt is correct on the figure itself. And I don't know if, are all those black smudges supposed to be on the back? I don't know if it's, I have no idea what the hell's going on with this basic, man. Things are all over the damn place. He also doesn't even have the socks on that he was wearing, and the other basic we're getting that we saw at Toy Fair does have the socks on there. So these figures, and I know they're just main events and they're just basic figures, it's just crazy. The times we're living in on these main events is just insane. Let me know what you think. Are you, I don't give a damn, who cares about all this stuff, or are you like, yeah, that is crazy? I'd love to hear from you down below, but this Cody Rhodes and John Cena Battle Pack is very interesting, and I'm pretty sure since they molded the hat on this head, it is the You're Killing Me Smalls hat, so it's going to be oversized. That's why when people say they should just sculpt the hat to the hair, I understand where you're coming from, but when they do that sometimes, you end up with this right here, and this is the only time they've done that, where the hat is a little too big, so I don't know, man. It doesn't have any graphics anyway. I don't know what the hell's going on, son. I don't know. Let's move on to the next battle pack. We have Drew, I almost said Drew Priest and Damian McIntyre, but we do have Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre here, and it's kind of run-of-the-mill. You know, they don't look half bad. They are basic, so you get kind of limited paint deco, which is what it is. You get the tattoos in there. They're fair enough. You know, you get the steel chair. We've known about this one for quite a while, and it's you know, run-of-the-mill battle pack, not anything too crazy. I don't see any crazy deco choices or anything like that, so I think that this is a fair battle pack, not something that I'll necessarily be excited for, but it is there out in the wild, and I'm sure that they will sell completely fine. And then we do have probably the best of the three battle packs, which is going to be the Cactus Jack with Chelsea. And so we do have the Chelsea Green. Now, it is utilizing that Elite head sculpt that I wasn't a fan of. I think if you take maybe one of her Ultimate heads or maybe some other head sculpt in a basic or something that we get later, put that on here, it would look a lot better. But we do have Chelsea Green and Cactus Jack here. Pretty solid battle pack, I'd say. You know, the battle packs are hit and miss nowadays, as we've seen. And it does come with the Women's U.S. Championship that does feature the Chelsea Green side plates. So for all those people that really wanted that U.S. Championship with Chelsea Green on the Ultimate, you can buy this, put it with that Ultimate Edition, and you know, it's kind of flat. She's got the flannel shirt on there. It's all painted and everything, but at least she does feature the Chelsea Green Wanted Dead or Alive shirt, and then Cactus has his. So yeah, I mean, it's a fun little battle pack set. I'm not a big fan of the head sculpts on Chelsea Green, but it's a fair set. But let's get into these Jazwares figures. So apparently today, at the time you're seeing this set is going to, both of these, or all of these Jazwares figures we're about to talk about, this Outrunners 2-pack apparently coming to Jazwares Vault today, man. So this is a pretty cool set. There is some really good stuff right here. You have Truth Magnum, you have Turbo Floyd, very cool looking figures. Lots of accessories, very toyetic. I love the kind of Miami Vice packaging going on. You got the blue and the pink and white, you know, three of my favorite colors, right? So really nice looking set of figures right here. I think they look nice. I think that the formulas they're using, I think that they're the Turbo Floyd formula, I think, is the Sting formula, so I think it's going to be pretty decently posable. And then for Truth Magnum, I don't hate the formula they gave him either. So these should be pretty fun, man. They got some unique head sculpts going on. I always feel like the Truth Magnum, I always feel like he looks like Kane Hodder to me, but you can let me know what you think there. The pink shirts are cool. You kind of got that like muscle tee, but it is in cloth. You got the necklace and the headbands and the bandana, sunglasses. Lots of really cool features here. And I think these are going to be, I mean, I don't know how many damn AEW figures we're getting this year. I know that the new figures with the Kenny Omega wave that's coming very soon, that set should be hitting soon. And I don't know how many AEW figures, like I said, we're going to be getting this year, but these could be two of the best that we see all year. And I think they did a really outstanding job on these. So we'll see. These are hitting Jazwares Vault. I do not know exactly what time today, but if you guys are interested in that, be sure to stay alive and stay, I guess keep your eye out or keep your heads up for that being posted about. And I'm sure they'll be available. I don't think they're going to sell out in minutes or something like that. So if you guys want these, you can purchase them today. But I also wanted to talk about this Jazwares Vault figure, which is going to be a Ring of Honor Dalton Castle figure that looks incredible. This kind of blew me away. I really didn't see this coming, but we do have the Dalton Castle Ring of Honor figure. And it's got this really impressive jumpsuit on it with a cape, and he's got these really expressive heads. Pretty cool, man. Pretty damn cool figure right here. Dalton Castle getting a fully articulated figure. Pretty cool gear as well. So if you guys have been waiting on a Dalton Castle, this is a pretty cool looking figure, man. I mean, the likeness isn't my favorite. I'm not a big fan of the yelling head sculpt. I do like the kind of smirky head sculpt with the lifted eyebrow. I think that's kind of unique there, but I think you leave this guy in the damn jumpsuit and call it a day, man. I think that the jumpsuit is really impressive. And I think that, Jazwares has been doing this kind of lately where, I don't know, they don't really tease anything and then they just kind of drop it on you. And I've been quite impressed with some of the stuff we've been getting. So hopefully this will be a really good one. But both of these sets are going up for order on Jazwares Vault, so you can be on the lookout for those. But I wanted to finish up here with this Regium Gangrel figure from Zombie Sailor, I think is who makes this. This figure looks crazy, man. He's got the tongue ring. This is a hand-painted prototype. He's got the necklace. He's got the goblet. It even has the blood down in there, and then you do have the sculpted boots with the straps and buckles. So this is a pretty impressive figure, and I don't own any of the Regium figures. I couldn't tell you how great they are, but aesthetically, they do look pretty good. So, they are kind of stylized. The torso, they got the nipples on there and, everything like that, but it's not bad. Not a bad little figure here, and I do like the way that this looks. I don't know who painted this, but they did a damn good job. So I hope I can get my hands on some of these Regium figures, but that is all of the news that we have, man. Again, I think later on today we are posting up more news, so you guys can be on the lookout for those. But man, let me know what you guys think of the Ultimate Edition John Cena and Randy Orton. We made some shorts about it. It seems like everybody's kind of under the same sentiment that the torsos just look weird or that the arms poke out too far, but I would love to know where you guys stand on all that down in the comment section below. But I appreciate you guys for watching. Before we get out of here, let's get into our random comment shout out. So our comment today is going to go to GA313. He says, that uncensored Sabu's leg literally broke as soon as I opened it. Complete trash. Definitely hoping we get this from Ringside and or Mattel. Excited to possibly be getting Sabu, New Jack, Raven, and franchise. Only ECW legend left we need will be Taz. That would be a great point, man. Especially if Ringside can't make certain guys, but Mattel's able to fill in the gaps like Sandman, like RVD, characters like this, that is fine with me. If you can mix them together to create your own little deal, I think that is the best case. And Taz would be a pretty easy layup, I feel like, for Ringside if they wanted to do that in this line as well. But hopefully we'll get some images dropping very soon of the Sabu, and of course we'll plug that into a news video as soon as we get actual images. But I think it's pretty much all but confirmed that we are getting Sabu in that unsanctioned line. But yeah, that uncensored figure, man, I saw some people with some crazy stories about it, and I hate it because, it's Sabu. Everybody wants a Sabu, and then to have it turn out like that absolutely sucks. But that is going to wrap it up, man. Thank you to GA313 for the comment, but I'm getting the hell out. I'll see you guys next time. Have a blessed one, and I'll catch you guys later.